We've come to a very interesting time here regarding this new player account in Marvel Strike Force. As you can see, we got ourselves logged in for 81 days. We're going to say, though, that this is our month 4 account review. And I think now is the time to push and to go hard. This is going to really set the next level of foundation for your account. Well, when we say push and go hard, what do we mean by that? Well, last month, we talked about stopping. Pausing, hold on, do not push, because we didn't want to waste resources. But now we're at a time where I believe the opposite of that is true. Part of the reason is the Vigillante team here. The Vigillante team is a raid team. And we learned through the blogs and stuff like that, through Dulam's video, that the Thunderbolts team is the next team to come out, and it too is a raid team. Raids are supremely important. Arena is probably the most important game mode, but in reality, it is raids that gives you the materials, gives you, the ability materials, gives you the gear, stuff like that, in order to equip your characters. In Arena, you can get power cores, which are good. I usually use them to help unlock characters early, but there's no point in doing that if you don't have the gear, if you don't have any way to equip the character. Raids are going to give you that. And since we have 2 back-to-back raid teams, the newest of the new raid teams, now is the time to go all in as a free-to-play player, get those teams up and running so you can get maximum rewards. So in like mind, notice what we've done so far. So the Punisher, right? So the Punisher here, as you can see, we have purple ISO 8 on the Punisher. I'm going to go ahead and put the purple ISO on all of the Vigilante characters. We went up to level 85 on all of them. This account is now at level 86, which is very interesting, right? Couple months in, 3 months in, we're at level 86. So we're bringing these guys up to level 85. That allows us to put the teal gear on. So we got teal gear, level 85, and we're going to keep that trend going. Obviously, we're going to keep that trend going. We're going to work on Silver Sable. I am going to use power cores to just one a day. I'm going to open one of her orbs every day to expedite her release. Then the same thing with Hitmonkey. In the meantime, if I don't have anything else to work on regarding the Vigilante team, then we want to be thinking about our other raid teams. So again, Vigilante is going to be the newest, followed by the Thunderbolts. We're going to skip the Uncanny Avengers because that's for the Spotlight raid. And then the next up is Night Stalkers. They're the next newest team. So I am starting to put a little bit of investment there. As you can see, we did put the teal gear on Agatha Harkness because we finally got her unlocked. She was in the Cosmic Crucible store. But we're going really hard on Orcus. We're going really hard on the Orcus team. Excuse me. There we go. Now, I don't know if this is 100% the right move. It's just the team that I've been investing the most in. So when I'm powering up my Vigilante team, right? When I'm powering up my Vigilante team, if I don't have anything to work on, I'm going to pivot back and work on the Orcus team. Now, you might want to work on the Night Stalkers, and that's fine. What I mean by working on them, you're going to slowly bring them up. So as you can see, my Orcus is all at level 80. Okay. I will probably go back and start bringing them up to 85. Okay. Then I would pivot, in my case, to the Night Stalkers. You might want to start with the Night Stalkers and go from there. Blue ISO on the board. And the reason why we're doing this is so we can turn the dial up in the Chaotic Storm raid. The Chaotic Storm raid really is proven to be a game changer, right? It's really proven to be a game changer. If we just go take a look, we'll click this note here. Again, we have our difficulty selector right here, our difficulty selector. And as we go up, we get different rewards, right? We keep the difficulty going up, our rewards go up. And since we're going to be getting a hold of this new team here, the new skill team, which is the Vigilante team coming out, we'll see how high I can turn up the dial. Probably not quite that high, but over the course of the next month or so, maybe I can, right? I'm limited by how high I can go. I got to get to level 100 in the game. That's going to be a minute, but I can get these rewards, getting the gear and things like that, get some gold, but it's mostly that gear so I can equip it and make sure my characters are up and ready to go. That way we can do decent in Alliance War, where I can get some more purple ISO, right? I can't control Battle World. That only pops up once in a while. I can't really control Alliance War, but my Alliance is going hard. They're working hard. Everybody's participating. So we can get some purple ISO. Again, we can put that on the characters, and then that will allow me to get into these higher raid nodes. Because, for example, right here, just ISO 8 tier 3. If you see it up there in the upper right, ISO 8 tier 3 at maximum difficulty, level 3. So ISO 8 tier number 3 is purple ISO. Green is 1, blue is 2, purple is 3. And then I would need 3 boxes filled in on that. And then we can just start farming, right, like everybody else. That's what endgame players do. They're just farming through, getting the maximum rewards, making sure you're able to equip all the characters as they come out. Really, that's the point. And then once we have that taken care of, and that's can be done automatically for the most part, once we get to that point, then it's much easier to play catch up with the rest of the game. Another thing that's really coming in handy right now are these shadow orbs. Okay, so these shadow orbs, we're using them for, or excuse me, we get them by spending our isotope 8 energy. And right now I'm going to encourage people, if again, as a new player, mid-game-ish player, to do that. Okay, we know there's a leaderboard event coming, but us earlier in the game, I'm not going to qualify for that leaderboard event. And even if I did, what am I going to get for it, right? What am I going to get for it? What I'm going to get with these orbs for sure, Orcus members. So I'm going to, hopefully, we'll see. I'm trying to see if we can max out these individual characters on the Orcus team. Then I wouldn't have to farm them anymore anyway. Secondary, as you see at the bottom there, we have Gladiator, we have Gore, and we have Endgame Thanos. Endgame Thanos is very difficult to get a hold of. We can get him unlocked, we can put him in play, and then we can start making a move in Arena. Now, I'm not going to go after him just yet. With those 3 characters, though, with Gore, with Gladiator, I can make those 3 characters my focal point. We'll add in 2 additional members of some sort, and I should be able to start making progress in Arena. But I'm going to make sure my raid team are up and running first. And then once that happens, I'll be able to pivot over and start working harder on my Annihilator characters. We don't want to forget about the X-Coin store. Now, a lot of people are being told to just wait, only spend it on that Crimson gear. I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not going to do that. I'm not doing that. We got a lot of currency. Shout out to my guy, Raging Cajun, in the new Alliance. He pointed out, hey man, we get a ton of currency. You can pretty much buy everything and your currency will not go down. And we're going to need this stuff because we need those unique gear pieces. So you might as well grab a hold of what you can so that when you get to that point, you can go ahead and level that character up, right? It doesn't matter if you don't have the stuff in between. If we got a bunch of red gear, but we don't have enough of the teal gear here, and we don't have enough of the orange, you're going to have to farm that. And it's going to be a while before we get up to level 100 and stuff like that, so we can even start using the Crimson gear. It's going to be a while before we get there. So we might as well get the pieces that we need now. So as we brought out, from looking at Orcus here, for example, Scientist Supreme, I don't have that piece. People say, well, you get tons, you got millions of orbs. No. Older players have millions of orbs. Newer players do not. I open up my orbs every day trying to get these pieces, and they're random, right? They're random. So you're starting to run into that part where there's that bottleneck. It's fine, but we're trying to chew through this as fast as possible, right? We have 5 raid teams to build. So we're trying to chew through this as fast as possible so we can get them all up and running. Then we can move on to the next portion of the game. So that's what I got on my mind. That's what I'm working towards. I want to know what you think. Where are we in the game? Does this still count as early game? Are we starting to cross over into the mid game? I don't know if there's a correct definition on that, but I really am curious to see what happens as we get into the age of Annihilus. They said that things are going to change, right? Stores and shops are going to change. So I wonder, for us who aren't already at the end game, I wonder what's going to happen there. In the meantime, I think the path is clear. Work on your raid teams. You got the Vigillante team coming. You got the new Thunderbolt team coming. You can probably work on one of the older teams. That will be 3 out of 5. And then slowly we can pivot back, bring one of those teams up and another one of those teams. But you always work on whatever the current newest team is first. And then as you get time, you slowly go back and work on someone else. So we're getting ready for the new age of Annihilus, and you might be saying to yourself, who is Annihilus? If you're not sure, please check this video out right here.